So today we will talk about mastering OKRs for tech teams and unlocking success with Jira here. A couple of words about myself. My name is Margot. I work as a product marketing manager at Obot. As you may have guessed, I'm an OKR enthusiast. I'm a Ukrainian living now in Bulgaria, and I'm a huge mountain lover. By the way, if someone also loves mountains as myself, share that in the chat. Would love to connect with you later. What to expect today? So I will cover what are OKRs. Then I'll go to common challenges and OKR specifics for technical teams. Then we will have a practical exercise on how to write effective OKRs for product and engineering teams. So I would ask you to participate in that. I will share some success stories, and then we will move to setting up OKRs with Jira. So at first, what are OKRs? So these stand for objectives and key results, and it's a very popular strategic goal-setting methodology. And the basis is action-oriented objectives and measurable key results. So may sound a little bit complicated. We'll make it easier later. Why bother about OKRs at all? Actually widely used in many tech companies. They actually originated from Intel. Then they got very popularized in Google. Atlassian also use OKRs, and many other technology companies in many different sectors. We are very happy at Obot to work with some of the technology companies. I will share Panasonic case study later. And as you see, so many companies in different sectors, they already benefit from OKRs, and I think you can as well. These are some common benefits that you get by implementing this methodology. So the first one, you get very focused. You have your priority goals. You can connect your daily work to them. They also help to align teams because OKRs are about transparency and cross-team collaboration. People become more committed to their public goals because they see the impact and because they are public. It's easier to track them because we have the specific results we are looking for. And the philosophy of OKRs is about stretching and wanting more and trying for more. So basically, you may not achieve what you were planned in full, but you will still get something amazing. These are some examples. This one is a personal OKR. By the way, you can use them as well for a personal life. Actually, I'm terrible in a kitchen. I'm very lucky to have a husband who loves cooking. But let's imagine that I want to learn to cook well. And how can I start? I can start as, like for the first month, I can plan this specific key results to measure my success here. Okay, I will cook 10 new recipes. I will host 3 dinner parties for friends. And I will cook everything myself. And I will reduce takeout meals. It can be applied to sport activities, to weight loss, basically to everything. And it's similar for the businesses, but a little bit more sophisticated. So let's say we want to make our customers happy, but how can we measure happiness? It's so like everyone wants their customers happy, but it's so abstract. We can look at our customer retention rate increase. So if more customers stay with us, it means that they're probably happier than they were. And if they recommend us to their peers, friends, colleagues, we will see that in a Net Promoter Score. So it would also be a sign of happiness. We will do some practical exercises with different objectives and key results later so that you can, get more taste of them. These are my top tips for implementation. So first, start OKRs at your level. If you're a C-level executive, run out the company OKRs. If you're a department lead, do them for your department. If you're a team lead, you can do them for a team on 3 to 5 people. If you're just a professional, you can do them for you individually. You can practice and you can then suggest it for team leaders. So do not try to jump across the levels because it would be too hard before you gain experience. Then limit strictly objectives and key results. For newbies, I would even recommend 1 to 3 objectives for the beginning. focus on the outcomes. By outcome, I mean like the end value that you want to get. Collaborate together, and obviously connect your Jira issues with your OKRs. All of us are at lesson first companies here, and it's actually, it brings such a huge value when you have this connection between your daily work and huge goals, and you see how they progress. So really strongly recommend to do this. Why are so important for technical teams, for product teams, for engineering teams? They are actually a ticket to life beyond the feature factory. It's very sad that in many companies, engineering and product teams are so busy and so overloaded and overwhelmed that they're just like delivering, and does not have time to reflect on it enough and to see that connection to the end value that they create. So how OKRs help? They can help align engineering efforts with business goals. They can help provide clarity between different projects. You're obviously having too many of them. You cannot tackle everything. It takes a lot of pressure because there are new demands, people want more, and you get stuff from other departments coming. But if you have your OKRs, if you get that framework, you can always say, so these are our OKRs, this will go as the first priority, and the rest will wait. So it's a really great framework here. And you can actually encourage focus on both innovation and operational excellence. So at the one hand, you want to bring new features for your customers. On the other hand, you want to work on the quality of the product that you do, which is like, it's not always visible on the surface, but with OKRs, you can outline it and work together. The common mistakes are actually misalignment between different teams, focusing too much about feature delivery, and at the same time ignoring long-term tech debt and setting too many goals. This is what we try to avoid. And another question I would ask to an audience: how do you think, do we need separate engineering OKRs when we already have our product OKRs? You can put an answer to a chat, or you can unmute yourself and share your perspective here. Anyone? So Bridget, Monica, Nitish, Alena, Jesse, Ian, Gabriella, Janpo, Olga, anyone? Okay. Okay, yeah, thank you very much, Gabriella. It's Gabriella is saying in the chat that it's good to have objectives in engineering. Sometimes it may not be like obligatory, because if you're having like a small startup team, if there are like 5 to 7 people at all, it doesn't need to have like too many objectives. If you have like one project manager and 4 people in engineering, that would not make sense. But the bigger a company is, the bigger we need this distinction, because the approaches would be a little bit different here. So yeah, it depends. But the bigger the company is, the bigger is the need for these separate OKRs. Yeah, they need to be in collaboration between product, engineering, and business teams. So this is the way, the road to creating value, to fostering communication, to maintaining balance. And how we measure the success? We are looking at data-driven metrics that you can actually measure. We always try to combine quality and quantity. So again, good example. So when we're talking about quantity, we're talking about speed. When we're talking about quality, we can talk about the feedback, so that we can balance these. And we need to monitor progress on a regular basis. So we're coming to an exercise on building product and engineering OKRs together. A couple of ground rules. To build a strong objective, we need to use very simple words. Do not overcomplicate it, so that people can understand. You should start with a verb, with some action that you will do. Make it ambitious yet achievable. Focus on the impact instead of work done. Use metrics and ensure that key results are achievable. So this is our first use case. It's very generic and very common one. So our customers are unhappy. We cannot specify any exact reason. We can specify many reasons, but they are unhappy. And this is actually not a very good example of an OKR. So yeah, we obviously want to increase customer satisfaction. So we can put it together. Okay, this is our goal, and we will have key results as having 3 team meetings about the feedback. Then we will review feedback from customers, and then we will go on with tracking customer responses. Now I would ask someone in a chat, or if you can speak verbally, it would be even better. Say what is wrong with this objective and how we can improve it. Like, no need to create a full objective from the scratch. Just if you can note what is wrong here and what is it lacking, that would help. Maybe, Gabriela, you were active already today.
Have 3 team meetings about feedback. Is it really necessary to have this?
Yeah, so meetings about the feedback. These are basically actions that we will do. So they can be necessary, but they won't show us that we are actually moving forward with the result. So let's do this one together. This is an improved version that you can use. So if you want to increase customer satisfaction, we should use look on specific metrics. So how we will know that we actually do this? Again, we can look at Net Promoter Score that is increasing. We can look into some specific issues internally, like if we are having quite long customer support response time, and it's something people are complaining, we can reduce it. And we can run a survey and ask about customer satisfaction together. Yeah. So this won't leave, some vague guessing stuff. We will know that these are actually the contributions that they move our goal forward. Okay, I see that Elena is sharing that the results do not contribute directly to the objective in the negative example. Yeah, so they influence the objective, like it's something that we need to do, that we need to work on. Obviously, we need to review feedback, but it won't show directly if our progress here. Let's do another example. Another common use case, so customers encounter lots of bugs. So we decide we need to improve our code quality. So we will conduct more code reviews, increase test coverage, and run weekly code analysis. So what is wrong here based on the first example? So what you have noticed, what you would do differently maybe. Okay, the objective needs to be more specific. This is good. So how can we make it more specific? If we're talking about code quality, if we're talking about bugs, so how can we put it alternatively? Provide clear requirements to the engineering team. Yeah, this is very an important part. So we cannot just talk about improving some quality without clear requirements, clear definition on how we want to improve this quality. So We can put it like this. These are one of the, yeah, I see Olga is saying that we need to add metrics to key results. It's very important. You need to measure everything to have the progress. So if we want to improve our code quality, we can measure it by new bugs. We can measure it by test coverage. We can measure it by automated testing. So these are some specific things that we can work on, and we can later, add more initiatives underneath them and make them more specific. So if we are, for example, creating increase automated testing by 30% key result, we may assign Jira epics there that will be more specific about how we are doing this. Okay, amazing. Gabriela is offering really an amazing OKR here. It's elevating code quality to reduce customer reported bugs by 50% in the next quarter. So we have the time here, and we are having very specific metrics. So it's about reducing customer reported bugs. So it influences the customer experience directly. It's not even bugs at all. These are bugs that are more like most important to the customers. Thank you. Thank you very much for this. Let's move forward. This will be a little bit more difficult, maybe. We're having numbers here, as you see. So we're having like 15%, we're having 10% here. Nitish, it's about the previous OKR, right? A code could be without error, but still needs the quality. Right. You're correct here. So this is our use case. So the app is outdated, it's slow, it's unstable, and we are thinking, okay, we want to fully renew it. We want it to work well. So we will review our legacy modules. We want to reduce complexity. We want to improve system performance. And we have numbers here, but there is something wrong with these key results. Maybe someone could share your thoughts.
I think we should improve the legacy code gradually. Maybe first we should focus on one module and try to fix that, and then work on another one. But if we think that there are so many modules that are dependent on the legacy code, then it is always better to write your application using new technologies. So simply just ignore that and rewrite your application. That's my thought.
That is a good approach, actually. So, for example, if we are, as Nitish suggested, if you're reviewing our modules like one per one, we can plan them for different quarters, depending on how huge the product is. So we can have, for example, for the first quarter, we will revise module X, Y, Z, then we will move forward. So yeah, it's a good approach. Hi, Vikram. Thanks for joining. We are just, since you just joined here, we're doing exercise now. We are looking at different use cases and OKRs for them. And on the left, there is the OKR where we can see some errors, and we are trying to suggest improvements to detect which are the errors and then share an updated version. So I will share mine for this one. So the biggest error here is that when we talk about code-based complexity, people can think about different things, many different things. So people can think about reduced lines of code. People can think about duplicated code, like right here, like here, for example. People can think about, like running screening with some third-party tools and specific score in a specific tool, which will, detect code-based complexity. So we have a number here, but the key result itself, it can be misinterpreted. People can see different things underneath, and we want to be very specific here. And again, if we're talking about improving system performance, it can be also many different things that are working towards performance. If we want to be more specific, we can focus, for example, on response time, and that would be really, it would show more results here. So this is approach to this one. So if you see a number, the lesson of this use case and example is that if you see the number, it doesn't mean that it's a good key result. There are still might be some errors in it. Next example. So we are planning to launch a long awaited feature. So our customers were asking for quite a long time for this feature. So our competitors were doing something similar, and we decided that we need to launch it in this quarter. So our objective for the quarter is building a new feature. So we want to start development. We want to have brainstorming sessions. We want to create initial feature wireframes. And then probably after these stages, for the next quarter, we will start actually building a feature. So again, please put in chat what is wrong here. What can prevent the team from success?
So here, in my opinion, before thinking about the development, we should focus on the requirements. We should clear all the requirements first, maybe based on the user discussion or based on the brainstorming within the team. What could be the future enhancements in that feature? So based on that, first just find out what exactly we need to build. Based on that, focus on the wireframes, planning, how many number of developers or team members do we need. Maybe, so let's say I need to launch this feature in next 1 quarter. So based on that, the number of developer could be less or more. Plan all these things and then focus on the development.
Yeah, sounds like a great approach. So when we're talking about building a new feature, even if we sell something at our competitors, if our customers ask about it, there are so many ways how to make it real. And we need to investigate it first before putting it into the key result. And also, I'm seeing that Gabriela is adding her option variation of objective, like successfully launch the new feature to enhance user engagement and satisfaction. This is a great example, again, because we're thinking about how engaged our users be with the new feature. So this actually gives us a direction of how we measure the success. I also see that Elena is saying that the result is not to start the development, but to finish it. Yeah, it is. Thank you for picking that one. Olha is adding that it looks more like a story point, not a big goal. Yeah, it often happens. And it's really hard for engineering and for product teams to move from just doing things to like putting high-level OKRs for the first time. And when people create their OKRs for the first time, they often just outline their plans for the new quarter, and they just add their tasks into OKRs. So that is a common mistake. And Gabriela is suggesting a KPI here, measure user engagement levels post-launch. Sounds great. Let's look what we have here. So we want to launch this feature successfully, and we wanted to increase our user engagement. So we're having a specific timeline when we want to launch it, because here we don't have it. We have like, okay, we want a feature, we want brainstorming, we will build some wireframes, but these key results, it will not like guarantee that the feature is launched, right? So we want to increase user engagement here, and we also want to achieve feature adoption. So it's an important feature. We want it to be successful, and we want to make sure that that our customers and users, they know about this feature. Again, another use case. We, as a team, deliver new features slowly than expected. So obviously, we want to improve our development speed, and we decide that we will do it by reducing team meetings, additional implementation, and automating our build processes. So how does it sound to you? Will it help? Is there something wrong with framing this objective and key results? I see that a couple of new people joined. I'll just repeat it while everyone is doing an exercise. So we are in a practical part right now. We are looking in different use cases right here. And we're looking at bad and good OKRs. So in a chat, we are putting what can we improve with the existing OKR to make it better, and what mistakes do we notice. And then we look at the improved version. Okay. This one is quite tricky also because it often happens that the delivery is slower than expected, but I think it happens almost always, even in high-performing teams. Some small delays, but it depends how huge are they and how much it impacts the business. Nadia is putting in a chat that no one wants to improve development speed. Okay. Gabriela suggests accelerate the delivery of new features. Good. Yeah, I'll wait just I don't know, for half a minute for key results, and if no, I'll share mine and we will move forward. Okay, let's move forward. Oh yeah, I'm seeing a key result, decreasing the number of team meetings by 50%. That depends. So if it is an issue for a team, if a team feels that there are too many meetings, that they are overwhelming, that they are just sitting listening for stuff and not actively participating there, it may be a good key result, but it's very specific for a team. Again, if we are focused about the main value, we would want to focus on our feature delivery cycle, for example. Let's say from 4 weeks to 3 weeks. So how often do we release? We can focus about increasing deployment frequency. We can focus on reducing the defect rate. This is a quality OKR key result here, because this OKR is hard. It's when you focus on speed, it's very easy to do something like lower quality just to achieve this speed. And inside tricky OKRs, you should add qualitative OKRs to balance them. Because if you are just focusing on speed, people can move too fast, and you would get a buggy product. You don't want it, obviously. Another example, so we started, Nitish, another one, automate the features like pipelines, test automation, bug fixing on time. Let me go back. Right, so Nitish is also adding his suggestions. You don't always need to have a number here. So if it is a significant change, you can add it just like done or undone. So Nitish is suggesting bug fixing on time, automate the features like pipelines, and test automation. So let's say we have a major issue with the bugs fixing. We can investigate it further, but we can say that we should put a specific time. So on time, it's how quick, how often, and we can also add it as a key result. Again, it would depend a lot about a context of a specific team, but these are some generic examples that I tried to build so that most of you can relate to them. Another use case, so we started to face frequent downtimes, and obviously no one wants their app or their website to be unavailable, even if it's kind of for a minute, even if it's for seconds. It's a huge problem. So we decide to have an objective to increase system uptime. And we would like to monitor system logs, add more servers, set alerts for downtime. This will probably help. How do you think? How would you tackle such use case? And again, while you are adding your suggestions in comment, I would add some OKR theory. Meanwhile, so now we're doing use cases so that we can do some practice and it becomes more understandable. But in reality, when we plan our OKRs, we go from the high-level company priorities, then we go to departments, team priorities. We plan long time, and sometimes we look into the specific case, which is an issue for us or an opportunity for us, and we focus our OKR on it. And then later, when we fixed it, it can become our KPI. So this is a very good example. So let's say we recently got this issue with downtimes. We haven't had it before, and it's a huge issue for us. And after we fix it, we could add it to our list of KPIs that we will track all the time to make sure that we don't have these issues anymore. But it won't be an OKR. And again, if you have some metrics that are lagging, that were okay and lagging, you can also turn them into OKR here. Okay, I don't see any suggestions in the chat. I will move forward here. So again, there are different ways how to make the system more stable. But how would we know that it's actually stable? We want to look into system uptime, how often it is. We can reduce mean time to recovery. We can implement real-time monitoring. Again, as you see, there is no number here, but it's a huge implementation. It's this, I would say, output type key result. It's huge and it's impactful, so we can add it here. Another use case, I promise we're almost finished with use cases. Maybe you're a little bit tired with them. Our system is too slow, and we decide that we need to implement new technologies. So we will evaluate new technologies, train the team, and explore some open source tools. Please add in chat what errors do you see here in this approach. So, okay, Nitish, you cannot achieve the performance only with better code. Good scalable infrastructure is a must. It is. So let's look at my suggestion. Again, there could be many of them based on your use case. We want to implement some specific technologies that will improve system performance. And how would we do this? So we will select a specific technology in advance. It won't be something vague, something like, okay, we need to be innovative. We decide in advance what we want to implement, and then we track specific metrics. So how it impacted our server load, how it impacted our API response time, and stuff like that. So again, trying to be very more specific and looking into the end value here. Another case, high churn rate. So if we want to increase user retention, so we want to monitor user churn, We want to improve customer communication. We want to review retention strategy. So when we're talking about churn rate, we are talking about the percentage of users, the percentage of customers that are leaving our product. And obviously, when we having a high one, we cannot be successful. We're just wasting our time and efforts. I think I will move forward here because I'm seeing that we have 20 minutes left. I'll just share my example. So again, if we want to increase retention, we would measure it as decreased churn rate. We can look into increased retention of new users and monthly active users increase. So another example, if we're having is users leave for competitors due to huge feature gap, what we can do, we can collect feedback from our users, we can implement key improvements, we can look at reducing feature complaints. I would move forward here because this exercise is taking a little bit more than I expected. I will share this presentation later so that you can, look at them and analyze. I will share a couple of success stories right now. So these are our customers. Panasonic Industry, it's the team in Germany. So by implementing OKRs, they get a really great clarity. They simplified their OKR tracking, and they actually decided to run successful OKR cycles. Old Skull Games, it's a small game studio. They improved their project focus because they were kind of misaligned with so many games happening on and teams working in different direction. Fire Group, an amazing e-commerce company in Vietnam, specialized in software development. They reported strategic alignment much better than it was before. And what is important for everyone is the enhanced employee motivation, because OKRs actually give people meaning for their work, and it really makes it better. So now about setting up OKRs in Jira. You can scan this QR code. It's leading to my blog post on Medium, and it's covering in details 5 different methods for implementing OKRs. So this is our app. It's obviously it's the easiest one, but if you don't have a budget for an app, or if it's kind of it's hard to approve it, you can also look into other methods within Jira. Talking about our app, I will show it here because it's the easiest one. But again, if you want to look for more, please feel free to scan this QR code or send me a message and I will share it directly. So what we do, we connect Jira epics, Jira issues to the key results and objectives, and then we automatically calculate the progress so that people don't need to do all this goals calculation manually. And it looks pretty simple. So you have your map where you outline your goals, your key results, like from company to team and so on. Then you add your Jira issues. Then you plan everything on a roadmap. And by the way, even without Jira Premium, you can collect information from different projects here. Then you work in a kind of a table view where you can filter and add information. You share your updates with the team on OKRs, and you look into reports. And later you reflect and reset and start it again. These are some specific features I wanted to highlight for you if you would be interested in the solution. So we're having an OKR training program. We're having custom OKR fields similar to custom fields in Jira. We have also private OKRs, which are a little bit controversial, but there are cases when they are needed. And we are very closely integrated with Jira. So we are having reporting gadget, we're having link gadget. You can use GQL to do bulk actions. You can sync your users. You can use also free Confluence app for OKRs. If you want to look for our app, you search for OKRs in the marketplace, and we will be #1 here, which I'm very proud of. And this is about us. So we are working with the companies in more than 100 countries. We have 20 employees, and 3,000 worldwide customers, and we are for 5 years in the market. Customers say that it's very easy to do OKRs in Jira with us, and it's actually a goal-setting powerhouse for them. This is it from the theory and practice perspective, but again, I would be very happy to connect with you all. And now it's time that when you can, ask your questions. You can also scan this QR code to connect with me in LinkedIn. I would be very happy to receive your feedback about the session. So what you liked, what was maybe difficult to comprehend, what can I improve to do better next time? Let's do a Q&A, and then we can move into the quiz. So happy to answer your questions. Feel free to put them in chat or unmute yourself here and share them directly. Guys, if there are no questions, maybe we should move to the quiz then, or if anyone. Okay, we will be moving into a quiz right now. Since there are no questions. Oh, Alena, I see a question. Wait a minute. Can you share some insights on the success stories? I'm curious how your customers manage the process of implementing or changing OKRs. It happens in a couple of ways. First, we are it depends on the size of a company, but we also partner with the solution partners in Atlassian, with the consultants, and with OKR coaches, like individually and as a companies. So the first time, this thing we recommend, like do the OKR training that we provide, and especially for big implementations, for big companies, we recommend working with consultants. So you can also reach out to me, and I can share some information on how we work here. So this is one thing. It's easier to support teams, and in general about the implementation, it generally happens in two ways. So the first option is when we have this executives buy-in, when we do OKRs for the whole company. We have strategic sessions with the leadership companies. Like by we, I am talking about the consultants and us from a tool training tool. So we are doing the strategic sessions, and then we gradually do the rollout throughout the company. So it's kind of it's a long process to describe, but this is one way. Another way, when we're doing it for only one team, it also start with strategic sessions with setting up some ground rules, but it's kind of I would say that it's a lighter version here. And if you do OKRs only for one team, quite often you can do it without specific consulting, if you can dedicate yourself to training and exploration and stuff like this. But again, it's a very good question, but it's a very long one. So we can later, maybe you can, Elena, maybe you can write to me in LinkedIn, and I will, share relevant people from my team to talk about it and to get some advice. So, because it's actually a huge conversation.
Yeah, and it's time for quiz.
Yeah.
So we will post the question, and anyone can reply about the answer of the question. So here is the first one. What does OKR stand for? You have option A, B, and C.
There would be 8 questions, by the way. Okay, I see 3 responses. Oh, 2 responses. Okay.
Great.
So Gabriela, Danuta, Olha, Jan Pru, and I answered. Good. Next question. So what is the primary benefit of OKRs for tech teams? So option A, align development efforts with business goals. Option 2, increase team performance visibility. And option C, track individual performance. Okay, Gabriela, Olha. Guys, I'm really encouraging everyone to participate because it's the best way to to understand how you catched the information and understand what are the areas for improvement.
Anyone else?
I
Now
will
the
share
next.
an answer in a couple of seconds. If someone
Ye-
wants to participate, please do this.
Yeah. The next question is.
Okay, regarding the answer, there were like some people wrote A, some people wrote B. The trick is the primary benefit of OKRs. So actually, B, increase in team performance visibility, is one of the benefits, but it's not the main one. The main benefit of OKRs is actually aligning the development, the engineering efforts with business goals, so that you're not just doing things, you're bringing a real impact. So it's very important. So yeah, B is also kind of benefit, but it's not the primary benefit. So the next question, how many key results are recommended for each objective? So option A, 1 metric, but the most important one. Option B, 3 to 5. Option C, 5 to 7. Great. So I think everyone got that right. Cool. It's one of the fundamentals, and it's something all the new people struggle with because they create too many objectives and then they cannot accomplish them and get demotivated. So yeah, everyone got it. It's great. Good to
Here's
go.
the next one.
Yeah. So which of the following is a common mistake when implementing OKRs for tech teams? Setting too few objectives, relying too hard on other teams, focusing too much on feature delivery. Okay, we got the first answer. Oh, and I see that new person joined the quiz. Thank you, Fabio, for participating. I'm very glad to hear that. Fabio just wrote in the chat that he's happy to be here. I'm also very happy to be here with you. I wish I get more responses so that I better understand your feedback and your interests, and can speak more about what is the most interesting for you. Okay, I think we're good to go with the next question, right?
Yeah, next one.
So the next question, which of the following is an example of a key result? Increase user engagement, reduce page load by 20%, improve daily stand-ups. Okay, and Gabriela is the first today. Gabriela, is it your first webinar in OKRs, or I don't know, you had some books, trainings, any background here? You're kind of super fast with answers. Maybe just write it in the chat or to me directly. Just curious here. Oh, amazing.
Amazing. Yeah. Yeah. And here is the next one. Next question.
I'm very happy to hear that you work with OKRs and use a board. So yeah, makes me happy. Next question, which of the following is a key principle of OKRs? Focus on closing as many tasks as possible, limit the number of objectives, set as many objectives as possible. That should be easy, I hope. We're missing someone. I think we're missing Fabio. Yeah.
Fabio is here.
Sure.
Sure, take your time, Fabio.
So we have 2 questions left.
Yeah, and the next question is here.
What should objectives for tech teams include according to the best practices? Only innovation goals, a balance of innovation and operational excellence, purely output-based goals. So when we're talking about output, we're talking about delivering something very specific. Yeah, that is 4 people, one more.
And here is the last question of the quiz.
Okay, everyone got the previous question. You're doing a great job, guys.
That's pretty easy question.
So the question
That's why
is,
I can also give the answer.
okay, I haven't had time to read the question, but basically, many people start with OKRs in Google Sheets, and then they get very frustrated, and they come to us to help. So yeah, I would never recommend Google Sheets. They're very hard to maintain. Jira is great for OKRs, so totally recommend. Trello, you can do something in Trello, but not that sophisticated. Okay, so I think, Monica, Gabriela was the person who had the fastest response the majority of times. Or can you help me?
Yes, the Gabriela, and the second name is I don't know. I can pronounce this better. This is Ola, OLHA. So these are the two persons who gave most of the answers perfectly. And I will contact them separately after the event related to their prize and gift. So that I will do it later. Right now, I would say the time of the event is I don't know like how I can say the 1 hour. Even I don't remember, and even I will not feel it's 1 hour because it's gone so fast. And thank you everyone for joining this Singapore chapter event today. I would love to hear your feedback. You will get a feedback form or a feedback email after the event. This event will end. I would request you to please share your feedback with me so that I can improve the upcoming events of the Singapore. And I would love also hear the future topic idea so that I can align the events accordingly. And if someone wants to become a speaker, then please feel free to write me at singapore@atlassiancommunity.com. I will share the email ID with you so that you can share if someone is interested to become a speaker for upcoming events. Thank you so much for joining us today. Thank you, Margot. Thank you, Nitesh, for helping me to organize this event today. I know like I am having a cold, so my voice is not the original one. But in the next event or the upcoming events, you will hear my real voice.
Thank you very much,
Yeah.
Nailish, Monica, for having me today, and thank you very
Thank
much
you.
to the audience for being welcoming. I was really happy to be here with you.
Yeah. Thank you. We will meet soon in the next event. Thank you, Margot.
Sure.
Thank you, Nitish. Thank you,
Yeah.
everyone. Bye.
Goodbye.